Good morning, students. Welcome you all to this online lecture series on intellectual property rights and patent systems. As you know, in the previous lecture we revised various topics such as practical aspects of a patent. So in today's lecture we are going to do the revision of basics of intellectual property rights. As you see on the slide, today we shall study in detail various topics of this unit, that is introduction of IPRs, justification of IPRs and classification of IPRs. So as you see on the slide, the first topic of today's discussion is introduction of IPRs. So what is IP or intellectual property? The definition says that the intellectual property refers to creation of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic work. So the most noticeable difference between intellectual property and other forms of property, such as land, estate, house or jewelry, is that the intellectual property is intangible. What that means? It cannot be defined or identified by its own physical parameter or by any physical property. So intellectual property is the name which is given to patents, trademarks, copyrights, industrial designs and other types of intangible property that arise from creations of the mind. So now the second question is, what are IPRs or intellectual property rights? The IPRs are the rights which are given to persons for creations of their minds. What that means? The intellectual property rights are provided to inventors in terms of patents, trademarks, copyrights, industrial designs or geographical indications related to his or her area of production. Now another question comes to our mind is, what are various types of intellectual property rights? There are basically of four types, that is patents, trademarks, copyrights and trade secrets. But here it must be noted that the scope and definition of intellectual property is constantly changing with the inclusion of new forms under the shadow of intellectual property. For example, in recent times, the geographical indications and the protection of plant varieties are included, as well as protection of semiconductor and integrated circuits are included under this umbrella. So now let's study what are various international bodies and treaties for the protection of IPRs. So there are many international organizations such as WIPO, GATT, WTO, and international agreement is there which is called as TRIPS agreement. So WIPO is the World Intellectual Property Organization. GATT is General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, which was amended in 1994. And third is WTO, World Trade Organization. So according to these international bodies, some agreements are made between the member countries, and one of that agreement is called as TRIPS agreement, which is the trade related aspects of intellectual property rights. So this is an international legal agreement between member nations of the WTO, World Trade Organization, for the protection of IPRs. So as per international agreement of TRIPS, what IPR covers for the protection of IP? So as per this TRIPS agreement, which was which was adopted in 1995 by many countries. The IPR covers following areas: copyright and related rights, trademarks, geographical indications, industrial designs, protection of new varieties of plants, layout designs, and undisclosed information including trade secrets and test data. So I hope you have now thorough understanding of this topic of introduction of IPRs. Now let's move to the next slide for the study of justification of IPRs. So the very basic question is, what is the basic theory of justification of IPRs? The basic theory says that in order to justify intellectual property, the basic theory is that everyone has a natural property right on his ideas. So what that means? It means the creation always comes from the efforts and creation of its author or inventor. Now another important question is, what are various justification theories regarding IPRs? So there are basically three justification theories. These are reward for labor, personality based theory, and incentive oriented theory. So let's briefly discuss these three. So the first is reward of labor. So this theory says that inventors deserve to its intellectual work as a reward because he has done efforts by which he has created that product. So this theory says that the new products always derive from the use of one's intelligence, skills, efforts and resources, and therefore these must be given to the person who has invented that intellectual property, as long as that person wishes and desires. Another theory is personality based theory, which says that the intellectual works are an extension of creators' personalities. That means it reflects their character. Therefore, creator must have control over his creation, which ultimately provide them dignity, reputation and personhood. And the third justification theory is incentive oriented theory, which says that IPRs should be given to individuals because it stimulates innovation and also serves public interests rather than inventors' individual interests. So this theory says that if products could be easily copied without penalties, then there would be no incentive to investment which was done in original products. So I hope you have now thorough understanding of this topic of justification of IPRs. Now let's move to the next slide for the study of classification of IPRs. So what is the basic classification of IPRs? As per general definition, the intellectual property right is a general term which covers patents, copyrights, trademarks, industrial designs and geographical indications. But as per the standard classification of IPR provided by TRIPS agreement, it includes patents, copyright and related rights, trademarks, geographical indications, industrial designs, layout designs of integrated circuits, protection of undisclosed information, and plant varieties. So these 8 categories are included in IPRs. Let's briefly discuss these 8. So the first is patent. So what is a patent? A patent is a legal document which is granted to its holder. So this is the exclusive right which is given to inventor to control the use of his invention. For example, patent can be given to some battery which stores solar energy, and also patent can be given to some vaccine to protect against some disease such as malaria. So another category is copyright. A copyright refers to original expression and works of authorship. It means it is given to the person who creates a copyrighted work. It means the copyright works may be some painting, photograph, music, dance, poem or novel. Third category is trademarks. A trademark allows its owner to confirm the origin of his goods to the public. So example of trademarks include the distinctive names of products such as Coca-Cola as a logo or Maruti Suzuki as a symbol. Another is geographical indications. The geographical indications are typically used for agriculture products, foodstuffs, wine, spirit drinks, handicrafts and industrial products, which are the authentic flavor due to that geographical area. For example, Indian basmati rice, Florida oranges, Swiss watches and also Darjeeling tea. So these are the few examples of geographical indications. So next is industrial design. The industrial design protection allows its owner for ornamental shapes and designs. So for example, new shape of a car or new shape of a soft drink bottle. So these are the examples of industrial designs. Now next is layout design of integrated circuit. As you know, a layout design of an integrated circuit basically refers to three-dimensional structure in which elements are fabricated. So that unit as a whole functions as a unit. Example of such devices are i7 processor of a computer. Next is protection of undisclosed information, which is also called as trade secrets. So these are given to protect the formula or codes or the process of a business body. So why they are given? Because the undisclosed information and knowledge is protected because it provides a company its commercial advantage. The very popular example is formula of a Coca-Cola soft drink. And last is plant varieties. It is a form of intellectual property right which is granted to the breeder of a new plant variety. So it protects authorization of the breed against the exploitation. So I hope you have now thorough understanding of this topic of classification of IPRs. So this was all about today's lecture, where we studied in detail various topics of basics of intellectual property rights. So in the next lecture, as you see on the slide, we shall revise another three important topics of this unit, that is classification of treaties related to intellectual property rights, various standard setting treaties and global protection system treaties. So we shall discuss these three topics with suitable examples in the next lecture. Thank you.